392 has a better intake setup. Okay, it has a better exhaust setup. It basically has shorty headers already bolted on there. It has a more aggressive cam. Okay, it has a much better rear end. Okay, 309 gearing with limited slip. And the biggest advantage of them all is the displacement difference. Alright guys, so that was my buddy Don. He has a heck of a build going on there. It's a cammed 5.7 shaker, and we're going to go over some of the details of that build in a minute. Now today I want to answer a question that gets thrown in my direction a lot, and that is, how do you keep up with a 392 if you have yourself a 5.7? And there's multiple avenues to go down. It's a matter of preference, okay? The first option is the one that most people just do right out of the gate, and that's get yourself some forced air. You run 6-7 pounds of boost and you're going to be making a healthy amount of power, probably flirting in the 500 wheel horsepower range.
Nice.
Plop a blower on there and you're good to go. You'll likely go from a stock 5.7 will throw up 13.6 range in the quarter mile all the way in, and you put a blower on, you're down to like a 12-second, if not even lower, if you put, you know, drag radials on there and everything. So you're going to be more than happy if you get yourself 6-7 pounds of boost, put it on the 5.7, you know, you're going to be ripping. The next thing would be nitrous. Okay. Nitrous is something that I really haven't been tempted to mess around with, but a 100 shot, 150 shot, it's going to have your 5.7 ripping. Now, if both of those two options are really not up your alley, if you don't want to go down those two avenues, you want to stick with the naturally aspirated route, you be prepared for a lot of bolt-ons. Okay, the 392 has a better intake setup. Okay, it has a better exhaust setup. It basically has shorty headers already bolted on there. It has a more aggressive cam. Okay, it has a much better rear end. Okay, 309 gearing with limited slip. And the biggest advantage of them all is the displacement difference. Okay, so it's a much bigger displacement. And so, you know, it's definitely, it has a lot of advantages over a 5.7. That doesn't necessarily mean that you can't, you know, you can't bolt on a 5.7 and compete with it, but it is an uphill battle. So really, what you need to do in order to compete with a 392 naturally aspirated, as you guys know, my Charger was a 12.7 car, okay? And that's on the tail end of what a 392 is really capable of doing in the quarter mile. Most of them on average, you know, on street tires, will do a 12.5. You put them on drag radials, they're closing in on a 12.3, 12.4, you know, 12.2. You know, obviously you have some freak runs out there and whatnot, but for the most part, you know, that's really where you have to be in order to compete at a drag strip. So my buddy Don went ahead and got himself a whole bunch of bolt-ons, and that thing is ripping. He is still a cammed 5.7, 345 displacement, but he has a 392 intake manifold on there, larger throttle body, upgraded intake, long tube Cook's headers, and a Borla Attack catback exhaust. He also went out, got himself a torque converter, which is something that I did not have. He also has a 100 octane tune on there. So I believe he switches back and forth. He usually runs a 93 tune. When he goes to the drag strip, he loads up that 100 octane tune. So that's why you see such an increase in power. With his mile per hour down that quarter mile. He also has Mickey Thompson ET Streets on 18-inch rims. Okay, so it's really a maxed out bolt-on 5.7, and really that Challenger is showing what the 5.7 is capable of doing, completely maxed out, and that is definitely the avenue that I was looking down for my RT, but a really good opportunity came up, and I snagged it, got myself a larger displacement. But if you are really that interested in keeping up with a 392, that's the avenue that you have to go with. Now, I will say that for street purposes and whatnot, I still think that the 392 has a massive advantage over that cammed 5.7 from a roll race. The top end of the 392, there's just no getting around that displacement. Really, I hope this video kind of helps anybody that's out there. This question gets, thrown in my direction all the time. I keep trying to come up with a way to answer it properly. For guys, if you have a 5.7, you have a V6, it is tough. Be prepared if you're going to compete naturally aspirated to really put every single bolt on there, and you'll get there. But my buddy Don is certainly proving that a 5.7 is worth modifying. You do not need a larger displacement in order to get to those 11s. So, big credit to him. Definitely go check out his Instagram. And guys, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, definitely go ahead and do it. I really greatly appreciate all the support. This channel is now over 50,000 subscribers, and I just want to say thank you guys. My budget build has completely changed. It's shifted. I've been reading a lot of the comments, and one of the parts of this channel that was so nice is that a lot of the modifications were in a very affordable range. And what I recently did is definitely, it's definitely a shift. But I want to see what these 345s are capable of doing. Let's see how far the RT can go, just for the entertainment and the fun of it. So, all right, guys, I really do appreciate the support. 50K, that's a big milestone. So, all right, guys, I'll check you on the next upload. Starting to tune your vehicle is actually a very simple process. If you have a 2015 and up, Diablo Sport has multiple packages that you can select from. You could get a T2 or an iTuner. Both of them differently priced, but in those packages, you could get an unlocked PCM in there. You could do either you just full out buy an unlocked PCM and hold on to your locked one, or you could do a PCM swap where you take their unlocked one, and then in the box that it comes with, there's a return box. You send off your locked PCM and you're good to go. So really, I have multiple videos on this. If you have a 2014 and prior, you're good to go. You do not need an unlocked PCM. Your PCM is good to go. You could just get yourself a tuner and just start applying it.